Well, Paul Pickford from Gillingham Town FC joins me now. Thank you so much for being here.
Nice.
Well, my first question is, what was it like to have Eduardo da Silva there playing for Gillingham Town FC?
It was special. For a club like us in the 7th tier playing in the Kent County League, to have Eduardo playing was something special.
Brilliant. And where did the talks sort of begin to get him in? Tell us the story of how that all started.
This is 7 years in the making. When Alex came on board 7 years ago, he obviously brought Eduardo on board. Eduardo as an ambassador. So Eduardo paid our pitch fees for the first season when we played in Sittingbourne Central Park. And for 7 years we've been saying Eduardo will be playing with Gillingham Town.
Wow.
Every year Eduardo will be playing with Gillingham Town. And unfortunately yesterday Eduardo was injured, which he's had a tear in his groin. So he's coming back next year and he's going to be fully fit and he's going to play again.
Brilliant. I bet you guys all can't wait for that, huh?
Yeah. Just to have the social media coverage, the TV coverage, and everything is just amazing.
Brilliant. And tell me a bit about the match itself. So it was 150 years since the Royal Engineers won the FA Cup. Was the plan always for your club, obviously, and the Engineers to have the match together? Where did talks begin for that?
It happened. The talks happened about a couple of months ago when we've got talking with the Army, and it was only a couple of weeks ago when we decided that we'll choose because of Royal Engineers, because Eduardo was coming. We watched it, we forged this relationship with the Engineers. So we was down at the ground, and we just come up with the idea, why don't we just play the Royal Engineers to celebrate 150 years of winning the FA Cup? So we had Premier League stories filming Eduardo. So we've got it on the world stage. It's like 3.2 billion people and in 100 odd countries. So everyone will get to see the Royal Engineers won the FA Cup 150 years ago.
That is amazing. And in your experience as a co-owner of a side, as you say, in the 7th tier, how important is it for clubs at this level to celebrate things like that, to celebrate their own history?
It's for us, it's surreal, having someone like Eduardo as an ambassador. And everyone wants to know, like, the story, how does Eduardo get involved with Gillingham Town? Well, I contacted my mate Gavin Pullen. He told me his mate Alex lived opposite. So I got in contact with Alex, and Alex is best friends with Eduardo.
Wow. And it's just as simple as that?
Just as simple as that.
Amazing. Now, a bit of a tangent. Can you tell us a bit about your own story and when you got involved with the club and what it's done for you personally?
I joined the club in about 2008, and I've always struggled with alcohol misuse over the years, and I was really bad alcohol. And Richard, Dave and Darren Haysmore, they started the club, but it was called the Three Mariners. Then it went to the Livingston Arms, and then we went to the Fleur de Lis, which is a pub just up from that one, and Clive Smith said, don't call yourself after the pub. Give yourself a proper name that you can move forward with. So we sat there and we decided Gillingham Town in the end. There was loads of ideas, so we chose Gillingham Town. And I was still heavily drinking at this time. And 8 years ago, I went into a rehab at Kenwood House for the Kenwood Trust. And that's the best place I've ever been for 6 months. And when I came out of the rehab, there was not a great deal of support, like where I was living there. So I had 24-hour support and stuff like that. So I put everything into the football club. And then being sober, we won the cup that year. We got promoted to the Kent County League. Then Alex came on board just before we went to the Kent County League. And Alex said he'll bring some friends. So we, because I said, we haven't got players to play at this level. How are we going to play at that level? And he said, I'll just bring some friends. And one of them was Gilberto Silva Jr. So, and a load of quality friends turned up. And so the club's just been on the rise. We've been stuck in the same league for, we haven't got promoted from we've gone from 3 to 2, but they dropped one of the leagues out. So, and the club has just given me something to keep me sober, something to look forward to on a Saturday. But me and Alex, we're working hard. 24/7 is always something we're doing. And we want the club to be there for other people as well, because if it can help me, it's got to be able to help other people.
That is amazing. We hear a lot of the time about the sort of the dark side of football, the hooliganism. the fighting, all this stuff, but football is almost in a way important in how it brings people together, not just the 11 people on a pitch, but even, you know, the people behind them, the staff. And, you know, in your experience, what does it feel like to kind of 8 years on from being sober and having that whole experience, and now this, you know, this match you've had? What does it feel like looking back? How do you feel about that?
It makes my stomach turn a bit funny. It's just the relationship we forged with the army will make the club go even further, and everything we do with Gillingham Town, it seems to come back on itself somehow. There's always a link. It's hard to explain, but it's like I got the new management team in because we didn't have a manager. I got Aaron Woolcock in. Aaron brought along Lee Brumbaugh, and he brought along Ross Finn. So Ross's wife works in the army barracks.
Oh wow, and that's how it will happen. That's amazing.
So it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and I really appreciate your time.
Yes, thank you.